I get kind of sad when he doesn't. But it looks like, guys, the second semi-final has started here on the FACEIT Road to QuakeCon Invitational. We're on Cypher to begin with. And dem0n, that was very, very aggressive, actually.
That was awesome. You can only do that if you get the fastest spawn, and dem0n obviously recognized that, so got a bit of damage at the start there. I mean, it doesn't really amount to too much, but it's some pressure. But he said that dem0n is going to be top 4 at QuakeCon. So
Let's see about that.
I really don't see that happening, but he thinks it will happen. So maybe there's something to it. And we're going to see dem0n showing his stuff here on Campgrounds. He has an okay start, so let's see if he can build on this.
dem0n's going to have to drop the second Mega. He's trying to set up for this red armor. It's up in a couple of seconds. dem0n cannot survive. Cypher will get that. I don't know if dem0n expected it to be quite such a delay.
Yep. Cypher always does that. You have to go and check. You have to go and check it, and then he'll take it. But if you don't check, he'll delay it. And there's almost no loss for him to do that. It almost no loss at all. And this is the result. He did this to me in a tournament match, that Cypher did, and I was just like sitting there like a fool, like, God, Cypher, you're so smart. Like,
I think he's so clever.
Yeah, I was made to look like a fool, but we can see 2-0 up. It doesn't have to compound if dem0n's able to read Cypher well, because Cypher.
dem0n, what are you doing?
What?
What, dem0n?
Like as I was saying, it doesn't have to get worse if you can read him well, but apparently you can't even hear him jumping behind him. I mean, what?
Cypher must be thinking it's just a prank or something. I don't know what happened to dem0n. Like people make jokes of people having their headset on the wrong way around. I think he just didn't have his headset on.
I don't even know. But this is a really good move here. I mean, Cypher understood that the only way that dem0n can challenge him is from that mid-level. So he stands on mid-level before the Mega spawns, gets the kill. I mean, it's a very common DM6 move to make. And we're seeing all the common pressures coming out from Cypher. Nothing out of the ordinary. At the moment, dem0n's defeating himself, so...
Yeah, the beginning certainly didn't help him a great deal. If dem0n can kill at any time on the clock and try and get himself a major item, Cypher knows he'd be trying to do this, and I think he's just going to rush down this Mega as quick as possible, even getting rid of the 25 armor. Now we can go over to the red. dem0n's got shards to live on. And even that, Cypher might go and take a look at them at some point. Oh, he's just going to drop down straight on him. I'm not sure if Cypher expected his movement to be quite so perfect, but...
Yeah. Well, dem0n's also being a bit predictable. That was another classic DM6 move where you actually just jump straight down there. Like, that used to be very common back in the days in OSP days to just make that move, because you come in so fast and it's very likely your opponent's in that area, and there's almost no loss for you because you just leave the 50 up. It doesn't even matter.
Oh.
What was that? Was it got stuck on the wall or something?
Yeah.
It's quite strange. He gets caught again.
He's trying to get some damage out, but he's just not getting it enough, simply put. We've got that red up in a couple of seconds. Cypher recognizing the urgency. It's up right now. A bit of pre-fire in case dem0n was there. And Cypher needs to go and get himself some more rail ammunition. dem0n, you need to just hit more.
Yeah, he had the opportunity there with no ammo for Cypher, and he's going to go for the defense of the Mega. This could work out, but he's too defensive all of a sudden. He could have actually stopped Cypher from getting that. That's one of those situations where you basically say, I'm going to commit myself for this. If it goes my way, great. If it doesn't, then it was a very good try.
Oh wow, dem0n, you get the yellow armor immediately railed from the side. Fantastic shots from Cypher.
Well, what that Mega situation told me is that dem0n has no idea when the Mega was spawning. So that's the only reason not to make that play, is if you don't know when the Mega is. So it seems as if dem0n's awareness generally, not just from items, but also his general surroundings seems to be a bit questionable.
He needs to sort out that timing. He's going to get the Mega now, but railed again, so he'll be left to basically starting stack unless he's got a few shards.
Yeah, Cypher's just, on routine mode at the moment. He's not breaking sweat, just running around the map. He's just unchallenged. Look at these rails he's hitting, just unchallenged.
Well, this is how hard Campgrounds can really be. Like, it looks bad for dem0n, but you could expect any pro player to have a hard time going against this once Cypher's in control.
It is certainly difficult. It can be done, but it's very difficult. And there's the invisible Mega almost, the new texturing. all the blueness everywhere, and in he goes with the shotgun. And this is he just feels incredibly confident right now. Not even, again, he's not being challenged right now. That's how it feels for him. That's how, you know, as you're saying, that's how it can feel when you're running control in DM6. But I feel like dem0n his awareness is a big problem. He's dying because he just doesn't know where Cypher's coming from and when items are coming from.
Basically.
And again, that was another common pressure after taking the red, that spot at the shards. I feel like dem0n is not stopping to listen enough, and
it's just going from bad to worse for him at the moment.
It seems to be just trying to take fights at the moment, or trying to make traps, but there's no longer term plan coming in. Good little catch there from Cypher, and
yeah, there's no spark from dem0n at the moment. Like, well, we know that he's been practicing a lot. He's had a lot of time to prepare for QuakeCon, and he's known that he's been going for a long time. But not seeing that training coming into this game in particular. This isn't his pick, remember, guys? So as critical as DK and IL, I think we'll really see dem0n's true colors on the second map.
It's good to like highlight where things could go better, and something amazing we see from Cypher is just the absolutely phenomenal awareness on items. He delayed the red for a long time so that the red and the mega would be very desynced, because as soon as they get synced on DM6, it's a very, very easy way back into the game for your opponent, and it puts you to like awkward fights. And you don't want to do that. There's no, as long as you delay the items, then you avoid that entirely. So Cypher hitting the shots. At this point, he's got both items up, and it's a bit awkward. I think he's just playing around a bit, but
he was weak for a moment, though. dem0n almost was able to do something. He's going to get himself onto the red armor and doesn't take the rail shot this time. So finally, a glimmer of light for dem0n, but is it too late?
It's
dem0n? What are you doing, dem0n? He might get the kill here, but oh, he went for the rail angle. Cypher smartly stopped in the nick of time.
So something to note is that Cypher had a delay, an offset between the red and the mega, the one that was stolen by dem0n of 10 seconds. So the red was actually up whilst he was pressuring. So it was actually just a mistake from Cypher to even let dem0n on an item. And it almost looks a bit like charity, considering how much he's catching dem0n constantly. It's a bad look for dem0n right now. He's going to have to step things up in the upcoming maps if he really wants to have a good challenge here. And I mean, nice little frag there, but you know, Cypher was pretty weak. And this 8 frags in 2 minutes on this map is completely doable, but he is playing against Cypher after all.
Yeah, dem0n, if you want to get all these items, you've got to get over to the yellow very quickly, rush down that mega health. There's a 25 sure, but can you jump on this mega? Nope, because Cypher's set up for it already. Needs to hit another rail to really make it worth it, and he's just not getting that angle. Going down the lower route to the red, and this could be the end of his life. 10-1 now, and if there was ever a chance for dem0n, I think it's just faded away.
Yeah, I feel like he got shaken right at the start. It almost felt like we saw one of those situations where I think we talked about it. I think right before the INS game started, where sometimes you have these moments where you're just a little bit like, wait a second, what's actually happening on the map? And that's like a moment for your opponent to really capitalize on, because they are going to know everything.
These weird moments where dem0n literally didn't even hear Cypher running towards him, jumping towards him.
And it wasn't like it just one jump, it was like
a
jump,
series
jump,
of them.
Jump.
Making as much noise as possible.
Very interesting.
Well, hopefully dem0n's not going to be making those errors on the second map. I think the next one will be a lot closer. But dem0n's got to be very careful. There's a few players, Cypher, Evil are both one of them, where dem0n's ABC style just really isn't enough. I can see him beating a lot of people at QuakeCon, but it's where you've got to pull the rabbit out of the hat for these players.
Yeah, and I feel like Cypher's focus dwindled after the 5-6 minute mark, because it felt so easy for him. I feel like his focus dropped because of that.
Yeah.
You could see a significant difference in how well he was playing the map from the start of the game to the 6 minute mark or so, and even his shots now. He's some more shots. He's shaking his mouse a little bit. And dem0n's going for the frag, but it's over. Map number 1. It's going to be won very comfortably by Cypher.
Yeah. 11-3, unless something happens in these last couple of seconds. dem0n's going to have to prove himself on the next map. I believe it was Furious Heights, but I may be remain connected. So, Cypher, is this already the start of his way to the finals? Guess
I don't know, maybe it's some morning grogginess for dem0n as well.
Morning grogginess. Not at this time, man.
I don't have a watch on.
It might still... No, there's no possible way.
What time is
maybe
it?
ints, it's like 1:30 or something like that.
So it could be for ints then.
It could be for ints.
It's about when he wakes up normally, right?
No. He wakes up at maybe like 4, 5 or something like that, goes to sleep at sort of
Do you think
7,
he went back
8.
to sleep after his match against strenx?
Probably.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised, but no.
Gotta get back on that Texan time.
Yeah, well, that's like 7 hours behind us or something like that.
6 hours behind us here, but 7 hours behind Central European time.
Okay. It's actually Sinister that I think is... It is Sinister, and then it's actually going to be Furious Heights as the third map. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting pick from Cypher, because actually one of dem0n's best maps is Furious Heights as well. And
Yes.
I'm also very surprised that dem0n picked Sinister, because that's just a map that Cypher and Evil are incredible on.
Yeah, I feel like I was being really mean to dem0n on Campgrounds, but it really didn't look like dem0n.
Let's go to dem0n. Go to dem0n now. We'll see him. This is map 2, guys, here of the second semifinals on the road to QuakeCon FACEIT Invitational. dem0n's got himself... Okay, he's got himself some items now to get to the weapons.
So,
Red's not been taken yet.
And it's also this LG. And the thing about this is that Cypher has the option to trap the LG. He knows dem0n still doesn't have it. This is like a way that I like to play a lot, is to trap the LG on this map because it's so open. And you can see dem0n really wants it very badly. He's going to be able to get it.
He thinks Red's up. He thinks Red's up right now, and he has no idea that there's such a huge... Okay, but he actually bypasses it very quickly.
And this is the cost of picking up that LG. Lack of positioning for the Mega. He gets the red armor, but now Cypher gets to fight him, so...
He's got a hit. This is nice LG from dem0n, to be honest. Cypher's got to be careful, but dem0n double backs out, and that was a horrible move. If he had the rail or something, it would... There.
And dem0n wasn't even hitting nearly as much as he often does. We saw there, and... it's not the best start for dem0n, unfortunately. We're going to need to see him really slow things down here, because he's going to go for the play on the Mega with just the rocket, and it was...
it was close. It was really close, but honestly, he could have won that fight at Red. Like, it was definitely within reach for him.
That fight at Red was winnable. That play on Mega, though, not so much.
No.
Because even if he picks it up, he has to get really lucky with rockets to even get a frag. And look at the end result here for Cypher. It didn't really touch his stack, his overall stack. So denying a Mega there is not so good. It's a different situation to that spot we saw with strenx on Lost World, where the drop down for the Mega actually made a really big deal. But there it was meaningless.
There it is. Up. That's going to be a third kill here for Cypher. And what we're saying about dem0n may not be true at the moment, as he's suffering almost as much on here as he was on Campgrounds. Top yellow's up. Cypher just going to get rid of this. Come back to the red armor. Make sure that there's that gap, which there will be, between the two big items.
Awesome. Absolutely perfect result there for Cypher to trade damage this way. He wants to go below. He even wanted to get hit there. Like, he just wants to use the red, or completely the all 100 armor of it, and before he moved his way onto the next item. So that was just... Cypher is so good at making the most use out of the items by delaying.
So that was definitely a 101 on it. Just rockets as well. dem0n being pushed around on the map. LG to finish the kill. And I honestly don't know why Sinister. That map pick makes no sense whatsoever.
What would you have liked to see?
Even him picking Furious Heights. Okay.
He messed up the jump and gets the best spawn. He got the best spawn. Oh, that is depressing for dem0n. He should be able to make it to the Mega.
It's not too bad actually, but I would have actually picked Furious Heights, even though Cypher picked that as his second map. I would rather have seen dem0n pick that, or even Lost World probably would have been good. But okay, dem0n's coming into this now.
Good stuff.
Faith in dem0n has been marginally restored. He needs to get a bit more LG ammo very quickly. And he's going to get the rockets as well. So
Double whammy.
All of a sudden, that movement error from Cypher dropping onto dem0n.
Well, dem0n doesn't want to take that rail duel there, not right before the Mega. He needs to be on the Mega. He needs to be on the Mega, like, to defend this. Because what if Cypher was there with an LG? He's then going to have a very awkward situation. And,
wow.
Nice. It's a second suicide there from Cypher, bringing it to
I like
a
this skill in
4-2.
crossbones that appears in some suicides now, up in the top left.
I did notice that, actually, yeah. I thought something was different, but I didn't realize that was a change. I,
nice
noticed it, though. I was like, seems interesting.
There's some nice cool things as well when you're playing the team modes, or teammate health bars, or teammate icons. It's pretty simple, but dem0n, this is good position to get Mega and then straight over to red. Let's see though if he plays it standard, because the normal dem0n would literally just cycle items. He would make sure there's a split on the Mega and the red. It would be an even 5 seconds, but he wouldn't really spread out much more than that. There it is, the 5 seconds. Top yellow is going to go to Cypher, but damage is superior for dem0n. He's going to leave it at that.
It's getting a bit scary now, as we see that Cypher is starting to build up here. And 150 armor is very dangerous, and he's very good at positioning himself on the bigger items in the right moments. And Mega was just picked up by dem0n. Cypher should realize that and should have a good time on it. And the Mega's probably going to be the best play for Cypher in the near future. I don't expect him to go for the next red as far as like plonking himself on it and playing for it. But now losing that stack, it's a bit marginal again. Here he goes, just playing the positions. Good little rail there.
dem0n should go to Mega now.
Oh, this is going to be hard. dem0n should be appearing here, and Cypher, yeah, he knows it. Very well played from Cypher. Didn't get greedy at all there. Could have been very easy to be like, well, I can just maybe just get the Mega and take a fight.
He possibly could. Okay, it definitely wouldn't have been clean though.
Yeah, it would have been quite risky because he's got a lead, so he's thinking about what's the most consistent play I can make here. And he's so comfortable at running away and so consistent at that too, that this means that he always stays in the lead and doesn't really throw it up in the air and see, okay, who has control now? You know, nobody knows. You know, spin the wheel of fortune for control.
We don't want to see that at the moment. dem0n, though, he's getting some good damage. Pressure certainly is on Cypher. The Mega is up. Is Cypher going to get pushed out of range to hear the item taken? I'm not sure if he heard that then.
And look at this, Cypher picking up so much information by listening to dem0n running around like a tank. And might just get a sneaky rebel backing away. There it is, but missed the shot.
Yeah,
Took
no,
minimal damage.
He's not actually hitting enough at the moment. dem0n's really got a huge advantage. Can we go back to dem0n? I really want to see him. I don't know if we're going to see much of him today, so I want to enjoy him while it lasts. And 2 sick rails over there. 1 frag between them. He would love the spawn frag to make this over and done with quickly.
I think Cypher mistimed the Mega. I think that's why that happened. Because he was positioned to drop on it, but he mistimed it. That's
the moves from dem0n that we need to see. Some smart plays. He's left the red up. He hasn't just gone over there to pick it up immediately. A small round of applause from DDK as well. Much deserved, honestly. If dem0n could be playing like that more often, then honestly his results would be so much better. Now Cypher's going to have to start thinking about how he's going to be approaching dem0n. He's not going to feel so safe in the small corridors when the major items are up. Okay, but dem0n, I was going to say earlier, dem0n's very good at tying games up, but as soon as it comes to crunch time, he's got to take the lead. He loses that control, and look, it was even faster than I expected. Yeah. Cypher just kept on hitting those rails.
It's a mistake that a lot of players make, and it's where your opponent has an LG and you let them get on the Mega. Because then what happens is if you miss a couple rockets, you take damage consistently, and then you can't drop on it, they're going to get it. So if you don't arrive on time, if you're one of those players that only arrives as it's spawning, then your opponent will get that Mega. So you don't perpetuate your control, and you don't even have a great position to deal damage. So you need to come in from an angle, like through the teleporter, or through the yellow, or something, or from the 50, some way, but just not above, so you can get LG'd if you drop. That's just not what you want. And that little error has now cost him control massively against the Titan Cypher.
And 2 completely free rails. I don't know what Demon's going to do. There's only 90 seconds left, actually. Time's been flying here on Sinister. But there's been a lot of mind games that
But you can see
lasted.
that Cypher dropped 5 seconds before Mega spawned. He didn't wait until Mega was going to spawn before dropping. That's like a really big difference. And that's what dem0n didn't do. dem0n showed up kind of just as it was spawning, but from above. And that was, again, just to reaffirm that's a game-changing moment.
Easily have just let it go and be like, all right, well, we'll sort this out later on. It's a tied game at the moment. And he decided that he would just do something stupid.
Yep. That happens a lot when you think that you've messed something up and you compound the mistake, and because you're kind of flustered in that moment. You're like, oh no, I shouldn't have made that mistake. I didn't make the perfect play.
Yeah, overcompensating.
Exactly.
Turns out badly. dem0n might be able to get a major item. He might be slightly out of position here. Is he going to use the bounce pad? Nope. He's going to use nothing. Let's go over to dem0n. There's 30 seconds left, and I want to see if there's anything impossible that he can do. That's going to help. Cypher jumping up like that is definitely good for dem0n, but is there enough damage he can do? He misses the rail shot. It would have crippled Cypher, but Cypher's executing wonderfully at the moment. Ooh. Almost a close shave, but there's simply not enough time left for dem0n. So map number 2 is dem0n's pick. Sinister is going to go in the favor of Cypher 9-4, and that is going to put him match point going into Furious Heights, the third map.
Yeah, it is not going so well for dem0n. Much better than Campgrounds.
Oh my god, yeah.
For sure.
I was like the way the start went, considering dem0n was losing it already, I was expecting it to go exactly the same way. But he showed us some really good plays in the end. But just a slight lack of discipline at the moment that counted the most when he did the much discussed above Mega.
Yeah, I feel that was the big deal. And that's something that can happen quite easily as well when you're really thinking about, God, you know, I need to frag my opponent. The pressure's on when you're in control, and that kind of leads you sometimes to not, because everyone can time items. I can take a Mega on 5 and know it's back on 40. But that doesn't mean that you should arrive on 40. And it doesn't mean that you should arrive on 40 from like any position. Sometimes only 1 or 2 positions are the best possible in certain scenarios. So it's really easy to feel a bit pressured to make the frags with control, and then you arrive a little bit late and not from the right place. And that kind of is a simple error really. If he was there a few seconds earlier from the bottom, would have been fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to be starting in just a moment here on Furious Heights. In fact, starting right now. Let's see. Let's go to dem0n. I don't know how much longer we're going to see him today, so I want to check out what he does at the beginning. He manages to hear the red spawn immediately, which is always good news. He could see in 30 seconds a good attack from dem0n. Let's watch him do it. Maybe he's just going to set up ultra early and forget about traps by the LG. Oh, he's going to find him straight away. Cypher walks into a lot of damage. Plasma not working sufficiently.
Damage was out of the plasma there.
On the rail misses as well. Okay, that's a dream start for dem0n at the moment. He managed to get that second red. He's not taking huge amounts of damage. Gotta watch out with these rails, because 2 of them are going to hit right there. 5 seconds until the Mega spawns. And Cypher's sitting below, waiting for him to leap over. He doesn't even wait for that. Just hits the sideliner.
What a shot from Cypher, and Cypher played that so well. Usually, he catches dem0n before Cypher's going to go for the Mega. Such a good little trick move from Cypher.
What's dem0n saying? Is he just describing what he's going to be after this game's over?
What did he say?
He said out.
Out. I don't know. He types too much.
Yeah. Those damn mid-game typers, it angers me.
Your focus can't be fully on the game if you're typing. But Cypher had I hate Cypher's start because he did what you have to do, which is like hit a lot of awkward rails, and that's the way you kind of equalize the starts. Because dem0n gets the pressure, gets to be on the item itself because he's got the LG. You don't have it.
dem0n trying something special with the lightning gun. And Cypher just bounces him around with the rockets, and now he's got position on the wonderful red. Alright, he can even get the lower yellow and have plenty of time to get himself over to the Mega health. Does he even want to do that? I think it's just pressure. Keep the damage going. Zone him out with all that plasma.
It's moving well so far. Only 1 rail hit connected. There's the second. Can we get the third? Important rail for dem0n. Really important. doesn't hit the rail, and now Cypher's got some position. He can make some damage now. Ooh, not so good from Cypher though. So this is going to give dem0n a good in on this game again. And he's only 2 frags behind. Let's go back to dem0n, see if he's able to turn this around. And there's not many items up for a while, so this could be a key bit of hunting time for him to get out of position just to look for a frag. But we'll see if he's able to do that.
This should be a turnaround. He's been given quite a lot there. Cypher did slip up on his own discipline for a moment. And there's the red. Is he going to move in with the LG? Got to watch out for those rockets. Give great respect to them. Great rail though at the end. 1-2, and he kept a whole lot of that health and armor for himself. So we should be seeing a further pressure now from the Belgian.
Back to the LG. And rocket jump away. And back to the red. So just setting it up, keeping the cycle going. Oh, Cypher going in a bit late. This is
very
definitely an error from Cypher to go in like that. He must have mistimed the red. I mean, because what else is he doing there?
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense otherwise.
He got lucky to not really get that damage from that little...
dem0n gave up on it quite quick because he just wanted to make sure that he gets the mega health. He didn't want to get a kill and then Cypher spawned next to it. So instead, he's going to get himself a frag at the red armor. It spawns right now. And dem0n might actually be able to continue this and get a lead. But I don't want to speak too soon.
dem0n is a very, very good Furious Heights player. He's really strong at running the cycle. So I'm really looking forward to seeing a good, strong, lengthy period of dominance here from dem0n, and to slowly hit the shots and to strangle the map from his opponents. That's what he's good at on Furious Heights. So far, it reigns true. There is one steal here, though, but dem0n's managed to save a lot of his stack.
He saved a huge amount, in fact. I'm going to go over to Cypher and check out how much he's got left. 77 armor. He's going to find the other yellow in a moment. Health bubbles are spawning for him. And with red and mega coming up at the same time, I wonder what dem0n's approach will be.
A lot of Cypher's fights are quite limited at this point because, okay, sure, he doesn't have a great stack, but he also doesn't have an LG. You can see he's using the railgun to his advantage. Oh, that was a very good shot there. What is that? Third one connected from nowhere.
We've got another rail lurking out there. Cypher, oh, he's looking for it, trying to be careful. And he's going to hit the last one.
What is this?
dem0n's
Amazing.
having problems with his keyboard and his face that keeps hitting it.
There's definitely related. Those rails just got Cypher back into the game. Amazing. Amazing. You can never count on that happening, but when it does...
That's just it, though. dem0n catching up and not able to turn it into a lead. Over and over and over again. We see that so often.
It's tough. He only had about 2.5, 3 minutes of solid control, and then before those rails came to annihilate him. And he did tie up the game in that period, so that is something. That is something to be happy about. And he shouldn't be too badly off. He is okay. He's kind of badly off here.
Kind of pretty badly off.
Let's see what Cypher is. He's around this corner. There he is.
Oh my God, you're an obsessive clicker, aren't you?
I am an obsessive. I have my hands off the mouse now. No more clicking will be taking place here today.
dem0n just gets the hell out of the room as quick as possible.
Everything's up though.
I hope he didn't get out too fast. Is he going to be able to make it onto any item?
Oh.
A lower yellow. We have a yellow, guys, for dem0n. Got to remember, it's still a tied game, and this time he didn't give away the lead immediately like he did on Sinister.
That was a chance, though, that he didn't capitalize on. That was a map awareness situation. If dem0n was aware of the map there, he gets a big item, but he wasn't map aware. So in that moment, so it cost him a potential mega.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball right there.
So we're still all tied up with 3.5 minutes left, and Cypher is just playing it slow. I think he's got a lot of confidence in his aim, and that dem0n, he's going to make a mistake. Let's just keep things solid. He's not really chasing for frags. He's not doing anything out of the ordinary.
Get red now, dem0n. Get red. That's a perfect play from dem0n. He's going to jump down and take that armor. He does it. Oh, he didn't come out. He hung around, but he's got the rail out. Where's the LG? Switches to rockets. And now he's got the lightning gun out, but there's just simply no health left. dem0n That went
So
from
greedy.
so good to so bad in so little time.
I think that has to be one of the most greedy plays we've seen today. There is no reason for him to really stick around there.
The rail switch, though, that was the
Yeah, the kicker.
yeah.
It was.
I was going to say the pièce de résistance, but it's completely opposite to that.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. But I don't know. There's just no reason for him to get, because that position is, again, if your opponent wants to take that fight, you're caught in the open and you can't escape. And that's exactly what happened. Cypher just took the fight because he saw that position from dem0n. And he got lucky because often he's just going to push there anyway, just to get a bit of damage because he's running the map. He's bullying you. He's just bullying you around. It's pretty normal. But for dem0n to be caught there, that's just I think a bit of an amateurish mistake for him.
Yeah, considering
you wouldn't normally see him do that.
Before, like it was by the book.
Yes.
Delay, get red, then
it was a tight game still, and he had a good start.
He flopped hard.
So in the wake of this indecision, we're seeing dem0n with a good position. He's dealing a lot of damage, but he's going to have to get a couple of frags in the next 2 minutes. He's working well towards that, but he's going to have to get this red pretty cleanly to be able to build into the frag.
There goes the clean red. Oh, I mean, I guess he gets the armor, but his health is going to be somewhat lacking. He finds the yellow armor.
That pressure from Cypher, he's got some balls on him. The young Belarusian.
He just doesn't want to let him out at all. But yep, every rocket I fire is a second I kill. And another rail.
He's controlling space really well here with very little health on armor. He's leaving everything to spawn, which is quite interesting because, again, I mean, he could have just taken that Mega in yellow himself. But now he's kind of evenly splitting the map, which is interesting.
Let's go over to dem0n. There's 60 seconds left. He's actually got a hint of control over here.
Come on, dem0n.
1 minute.
Let's do it at 1 minute. If dem0n doesn't do it, then he is out, and Cypher goes to the finals here of the Road to QuakeCon FACEIT Invitational. If he does do it, then we are going to be getting another map, and it will be Lost World.
Yeah, dem0n made one slip up so far, really. And I want to see him remedy that. I want to see him make this work.
He's playing with an item like
It's got to be go time now.
Well, if you pick up a yellow, I will slap you at QuakeCon.
Don't do it.
Come on.
This is so difficult. He's got to try to find Cypher, but Cypher's always just going to slip away.
Just get in there. Just get stuck in. Chase him through the teleport. That's all you can do at this point, but don't fall down. That's not... Just jump. Don't... If you take that yellow, I swear to God. Oh my God. Oh. dem0n. dem0n. dem0n, please. dem0n, please. That's a really nice teleporter. You've definitely showcased it very nicely, but that's GG right there. That's 4-2. Cypher's going to get the 3-0 victory. I don't know what that chase was about.
Yeah. But it just comes back to that one decision, that one mistake. Because, well, there are two moments. There's one where...
There's a minute where he could have chased really hard, and he just stood there looking at items.
It's a bit...
And Cypher.
It was a bit weak sauce, but still, for me... Because the chases are really hard anyway, so and it's Cypher,
granted.
Yeah. But there's two moments for me. There was one where Cypher hit all the rails, and that was amazing. And you can't... I mean, you can't do much about that, because, I mean, he wasn't, like, visible on the screen when he hit those rails, so how he found those, I don't know.
dem0n.
But beyond that, I mean, it's just that, you know, it was brought to a tied game. So dem0n has some good control going. You know, he had some items. He was fairly stacked. He wasn't really in any risk, any big risk. But Cypher was there with the advantage. He could bully dem0n. And this is the thing. Like, I feel like I make this mistake all the time as well, where I'm not aware of the score enough. Because a 2-2 game is so different. Because he can, for 2 minutes, a 2-2 game, you can just run that into overtime, and you can buy yourself a lot more chances. But in trying to stick his neck out for that cheeky damage there, it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
It's not going to get you that much.
The chase at the end wasn't fun to watch.
It's so cringing.
It's just like, what are you doing? I mean, even if he's just going to go run at him straight ahead, sure, you might take rockets, but at least you're getting the chance to do damage yourself. Yeah. Like, it's actually just worth the risk, because you've got no other choice. It's either that or lose anyway. So you've got to take your 10%ers, your 1%ers, if you're going to even just get a chance when there's so little time left.
Other than that, though, dem0n played really well. Like, he definitely played really well. And compared to map number 1, we saw on Sinister and on Furious Heights, we saw great matches from dem0n. Yeah. But if he's going into QuakeCon, he needs to be dropping his Campgrounds if that's going to happen.
He needs to be able to not just tie a game up. He needs to be able to get a lead and start extending it without without getting the fear too much. I feel like as soon as he's got the tied game, he's like, right, well, I'm not losing anymore. Now I can go back to giving my opponent huge amounts of respect. Whereas I think he's got to be a bit more of a tyrant and be like, okay, well, I'm going to be the badass who's doing damage out of control. You know, he's got to show off a little bit. That's what Quake is at the moment. Those guys who can do the crazy damage out of control, they're winning the tournaments, and I don't think dem0n's going to until he does something like that. Or develops a totally new style that amazes everybody.
Either way, that means we're going to have the match that everyone expected, as always.
Yes.
In the European scene. So Cypher and Evil are going to play one another for the grand final. Best of 5, as are the rest of the matches. This one should be quite interesting. Of course, it depends which Cypher turns up for this one. Yeah,
if it's Friday Cypher, then I don't know what's going to happen. But he looked quite good today. Yeah. Campgrounds looked very easy for him, and it's pick, so he's going to be able to pick Aerowalk. We're going to get to see Cypher play Aerowalk against Evil. I wonder how different that's going to vary from the strenx Evil game. And then he's probably going to pick Lost World as his second map. Not actually sure what Evil's going to pick against Cypher. I wonder if we're going to get to even see a cure today, because I think that would be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
But,
they usually have cures in their series. Yeah. There's usually cures lurking around. So yeah, I'm really curious about this one. It just depends on which Cypher turns up today for me. I mean, does he have the urgency that he had on the FACEIT Spring season finale, or the QuakeCon urgency? Because we know his form is great. His form is really, really great. His map awareness, his timing, his positioning, his aim, his fighting, everything is just really on point. But it just depends how much he cares. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
Well, he said on Friday after his match, it's like, I can't wait to see you at QuakeCon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You can tell, like he knows.
I can't wait to beat you at QuakeCon.
He wants the stakes to be on. He wants the stakes to be on and high.
Exactly.
So he needs that big tournament. I can't wait to see it.
It's going to be pretty damn cool. I want to see Evil versus Cypher.
And we have awesome groups as well.
I'm wondering though, what groups do we look at? Because the thing is, at
Group
the top, well, the thing is, Group A, you would have thought so, but those guys probably don't care that much about their seeding as much as the people in the lower groups do. Like in Group B, you've got Tox and strenx in the same group. You know, that's also pretty sick. And the thing is, we don't get to see a whole lot of group games during the day, so we've got to pick very wisely which ones are going to be streamed. So I think it's difficult. I've been having a small think about which games would get streamed, and I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool to see. I mean, Cypher hasn't fought against Rafa or dem0n for a long time now. So
we want to see the Euro-American clashes. I want a lot of that, I think.
The funny thing for me...
I want some talks. I really want some talks.
The Group A is Rafa, dem0n, Cypher, Evil. So it's the finalists from last year and the finalists from the previous year. Cypher, dem0n, and then Rafa, Evil. Yeah. So that's quite cool.
That is quite cool, actually. Yeah,
I just noticed that. That's pretty cool. So, of course, Cypher, who was crowned... Okay, I'm starting to talk about QuakeCon, but we're doing like the prep tournament.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, absolutely. So it's fitting. It's fitting.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool to see, because can Cypher like redeem himself? I mean,
they're technically both Rafa and Cypher are technically both defending champions.
Yeah.
So
it's important.
It is, and they've never gone against each other in a QuakeCon final, I believe.
Really?
I think so. I think they've always...
every
time they've won, I think they've beaten somebody else in the finals.
It was 2011.
2011 was Rafa strenx.
Rafa strenx, and before that was...
oh, God.
Wait, before that was...
You're taking me into
Sparty, and 2010 was Sparty and someone.
Yeah.
Sparty, Rafa? I can't remember. Sparty, because didn't Sparty make top two?
Probably Rafa or something like that, yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure we're getting yelled at in chat, but yeah. I guess it's time for a quick break before we go to the finals of today between Cypher and Evil, of course.